Hey y'all, what's up? What's going on? So we're about to talk about this latest episode of Catfish. If you're not yet part of the family, definitely make sure you go ahead, hit subscribe, and join our family, join the fun. Do check out my website, which is empresslooks.com. I do have it in the description area, and I have posh hair accessory clips that I have gotten handmade. Okay, so definitely check them out. I have gold, silver, and I have a lot of different words as well. Okay, and you know your girl is a relationship coach, also self-actualizing coach, so I enjoy watching these types of shows and just kind of talking about it with you guys, because you guys, you feel me, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I be talking about, you know? So let's go ahead and get into this episode. So Angel, she lives in Texas, and she's in a relationship with someone else named Sharon, who is also just so happens to be in Texas, just in a different part. One of them is supposed to be in Austin, Texas, Sharon. And the other one, I forgot where she said she lived, but she was in another part of Texas. And she met Sharon on Plenty of Fish. So it was actually Sharon that had hit up Angel after she had put up her profile and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's the classic things that's been happening. You know, Plenty of Fish is usually, like Neve and Cammy were saying, plenty of catfish. And, you know, it was mainly like, you know, oh, yeah, my camera's not working, so we can't do FaceTime or this or that. Always some type of excuse. Not able to meet up because every single situation that could have ever happened has happened, you know, every single time. So, you know, they've never actually met up or anything like that. Sharon, she has 2 kids. She's a stripper, and she lives with her husband / father of her kids. So at this point, it's like, wait, what? Like, hold up, things is really sounding a little messy right about now. Like, what in the love triangle situation is going on here? You know, like, you want to be a part of this? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, supposedly they not together. They're just not divorced yet. But she did tell her husband about Angel, and then he got upset and he wanted to talk to her, and then they had a conversation, but he didn't want to talk on the phone, so they was talking via text messages, going back and forth, and he said, you know, that's why she's carrying my baby right now. And then, you know, they started cursing at each other back and forth. It just sounds really headachy and toxic for a virtual relationship. Like, you know, just if it's virtual, it should not be coming out into the real world so chaotic. That's all I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be fantasy life, like, you know, that metaverse type of amazing life. Like, this is way too much. So yeah, it just sounds like a lot. And Neve is like, so what is it that you like about this whole situation? And from what she said, it more so sounds like they're kind of trauma bonding, because she said like they've both been mentally, physically, and, you know, emotionally abused by their past partners, and they both have substance abuse issues. And based upon like you know, the what you call it, Angel's arms, it seems like she also had issues with self-harm. I'm just kind of analyzing just based upon what I saw, but it could just be scars from something else, but it's definitely possible. And a lot of times when you're using coping mechanisms like substance abuse, self-harm can also be a part of it. There's so many different types of things where you can self-harm, you can substance abuse, you can overuse the gym, you can you know, there's just be impulsive and just overspending. There's so many different ways that people use coping mechanisms to comfort themselves and just to kind of get out of depression or whatever it is that they're going through. So when Neve and Cammy look at the photos that Angel said that she had received from Sharon, something wasn't right, because it was looking like different complexions and stuff like that. Like, hold up, wait a minute. This ain't the same person. This is like 3 different people. So, yeah. And Neve gave his little story about how, you know, the person that was catfishing him that caused, you know, this whole catfish show, you know, back in the days, she was sending him different photos of different people, and he didn't even realize it because he was so involved. And that's the thing, like when you're in it, you just like, wow, she just looks a little different today. You know, you want to believe that it's the same person, but sometimes it's just not. So they go ahead, they do their research, and lo and behold, it was 3 different people. So they go ahead, they do let her know for sure, you know, that they came across the photos, did the search, 3 different people. So it just more seems like, you know, most of the stuff that Angel knows is possibly just a fantasy, or not even a fantasy. It's just like an illusion. Nothing is real. It's like, what is actually real? So yeah, it was just like, you know, Angel was just like, wow, like she feels like at this point she was just getting played with. Like Sharon was just telling her whatever, you know, and she got really upset for the fact that it's like she knows that she had a substance abuse issue, and it's so easy for her to relapse at any moment. So for her to take advantage of that vulnerability that she shared with her, you know, she's kind of like, how could somebody be so sick, you know? I guess like for her, it's a little bit hard to share these things, especially with a potential mate, partner, or whatever. And then it's like, wow, to find out that it could all be just fake is like, damn, you know? Like, I put myself out there. So they go ahead and they call Sharon. Sharon was actually, she had blocked Angel when she found out that she had contacted Catfish. So Neve had to be the one to contact her. And she just sounds so like really nice and just like, you know, yeah, hey, how are you? Like, she just sounds so pleasant. But I guess it's because she kind of knew at some point they would be calling. So maybe that's why she was prepared for it. And she said that they mentioned, because she was just acting like everything was all good. Like, yeah, I can't wait to meet her and this and that. And then they're like, but Sharon said, the angel said that you blocked her. Is that true? And she's like, yeah, you know, we're just not on having the best terms or on the best terms right now. But we have some things to talk about. And yeah, I'm like, did she not know she's on speakerphone? Because like the stuff that she was saying, it was just sounding so like weird, like the whole thing. And then she was like, oh, to meet her in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And all this time she was supposed to be in Texas. So there goes the fact that she lied about even more stuff. What you doing in Oklahoma? That's not Texas. That's 2 different states. So everything was just seeming so easy breezy. She was just like, let me know when you at the airport. You know, it's fine for you to come see me. And, you know, I'll let you know the address so you can come through. Then when they text her, let her know that they there, all of a sudden she's on some, well, I'm actually not in Tulsa. I'm in, and then she said some part there in a whole nother state. She was in Arkansas. So now they had to drive for hours to go from there to Arkansas. I mean, luckily they didn't have to get on another flight, but still, like, you're wasting people's time, people's resources. Good thing they didn't have like a late flight, because that would have been more work that they would have had to do. Like, it was just doing the most. It was giving like real weirdo detective wild goose chase vibes. You know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, you legit lied to them and want to tell them after they got there. Like, if that was not for a show and it was like regular people, like, people would have been pissed. I know I would have been like, no, F this shit. Nah, but then your curiosity still wants you to like find out the truth. So it's hard to say, you know, just F this, you know? It's hard to do that because you do still want to know. I just hit myself in the face, y'all. I'm so weird. But anyway, so they finally pull up to her house. And I mean, she wasn't a bad looking chick, but she wasn't the same chick from the photos. She was not, you know? And yeah, it was definitely not the same person from any of the photos. And come to find out, her name is Rakaya, or they called her Kaya for short. So that's what everything was actually connected to, and that was the name that they had seen at some point. So Kaya was just like, she said, Sharon, aka Kaya, was like, oh, you know, that she knew everything, that Angel knew everything, because she confessed once she knew, like, she confessed to her everything. So she knew all of this stuff. And Angel's like, no, I didn't. And plus on top of that, you've been lying to me for so long. Like, yeah, she did kind of tell me stuff, but she didn't really tell me until when I already contacted the show. So it was just like giving me like plot twist, weird vibes again. Like, what the hell is going on? So she was like, she already had her photo on Plenty of Fish, so she already knew what she looked like. But she was like, no, the picture was blurry. And then Kaya was like that they had FaceTime before, but Angel was like, no, they didn't really FaceTime because it was dark and she couldn't see anything. So you don't really count that. You don't, because if I can't see you, that's not really FaceTime. Like, you're gonna say it's FaceTime? No, you might as well do a regular call. I don't know why people, especially teenagers, y'all, like, they stay doing FaceTime calls and stuff like that, and then they be having it up on the sky, and I'm like, dude, if you gonna have it up there, like, why don't you just do a regular voice call? Like, what is the point? I don't know, maybe I'm old school or whatever, but I be seeing my son and my daughter doing that when they be talking to their friends, and I'm just like, what's the point of doing FaceTime if you just want to have it up at the ceiling? Just do a regular freaking call. Like, you just want to be cool and say, like, yeah, we FaceTiming, like, whatever. Man. Anyways, back to, I'm getting off on a tangent and stuff like that. Anyway, so that's what she was saying, that they did FaceTime and stuff, but it was just like a big weird gaslighting situation. It's like they were trying to alter each other's reality, especially I felt like that's what Kaya was doing, was trying to just alter everything and make it seem like Angel was a liar, but I don't really feel like she was a liar. It's just that she really couldn't believe a lot of the things that was going on, and she wasn't going to just take it at face value when there's been so many lies going back and forth. You know, it was just like a whole bunch of gameplay. So Kaya reveals that she was insecure and she made up a lot of things about herself, like the fact that she had a husband, that she was currently a stripper. She sent the fake photos, all because she was insecure about herself. And that's why she made them go to Tulsa, so that she'd be able to have extra time as well, because she needed to kind of like process everything and just kind of like have some time to get ready. You needed some time to get your lies ready, girl. That's what it was. But that's what it kind of seemed like. But hey, so yeah, it was just like, just really all over the place, you know what I mean? She finally reveals that she doesn't have any like husband, she doesn't have kids, she doesn't have any substance abuse issues, she's not a stripper, and yeah, she just lied about so much. And you could tell, well, I mean, she pretty much showed it. You could see it in the way, her posture, her demeanor, her everything, and even things that she was saying. Angel was definitely bothered by all of this. And, you know, by her speaking up and saying how she felt and, you know, getting a little loud, it's like, there goes Angel. Angel wants to there goes Kaya. Kaya wants to get upset and, like, be avoidant and start retreating back to the house. Like, no, like, you have to accept this, because at the end of the day, you're the one who did this, you know? Like, everything that this girl gave you was real, was her all, and everything you gave her was absolute bullshit, you know? So you can't be mad that someone else feels a certain way about how you treated them, you know? And that's what I think that a lot of people fail to realize, and then they want to get upset. But like, no, you have to hear this person out, because their feelings are valid. You know, they're a human being with real emotions. So they kind of call it quits for that day, come back next day, you know, fresh heads, had a chance to sleep on everything, ruminate about the situation. So now, you know, Kaya was in a better headspace and probably realized she was looking really bad on TV. Maybe talk to her homegirls or whatever. You know, a lot can go on between 24 hours. So next day she tells her that she's sorry about everything. And, you know, especially about lying about the substance abuse, because she's never really had that particular issue. She said that she was a stripper at 2 points, but it didn't really last long. It wasn't a long career for her, because both times that she did it, she had gotten pregnant. So it wasn't something that she could do. I'm like, dang, girl, you was getting it ill with them people. I don't know what she was doing, but I mean, it is what it is, right? But she said she actually was in an abusive relationship, and the whole husband Lorenzo situation, that actually was it was like a depiction of something that has actually happened at many points in her life. So she has been in those types of situations, but no, bitch, it was still fake. Like, it was still not real. Like, you try to make it sound like, well, this is what actually has happened, if you get what I'm saying. Like, no. You're giving me dissociative identity disorder, aka multiple personality syndrome or disorder. Like, you literally just confessed that you pretended to be a husband of yours because you had insecurities, and you literally had an argument and pretended to be somebody else, role playing as a man, going back and forth with the person that you're saying that you care about and you love. Like, no, no, that is not, no. That is something that needs help. Like, if that's something that she normally does, like, this is not a good situation, you know? But anyways, that's a conversation for her and a therapist. In the end, Kaya, she said that she still loves her, and, you know, she does want to be with her, you know, but Angel was just kind of like more standoffish and just kind of like, you know, I need some time to think about it. I would like to leave here as friends. And Kaya had the nerve to be like, oh no, I don't like that. Like, she trying to give some ultimatums or something. Like, no, you cannot give anybody no ultimatums right now. Like, you need to beg for forgiveness and hope that she really truly accepts you. I mean, she did apologize, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, that's a lot of lies. And sometimes with certain lies, you can't look at this person the same way. Like, even Cammy was saying that at some point. She was like, you know, just the fact that she lied to us about certain things, and even when we said, is this Sharon, she's like, yes, and, you know, all these things, it's like, it's hard to get past that. And that's true. At times when somebody's lying, you know, especially if it's a constant thing, it's hard to move forward and get past that situation, you know? So that's kind of like how it was with her. It was hard for her to kind of like just say, yeah. It's like she just wants her to snap and be like, all right, we're good, let's move forward. Like, no, it doesn't always work like that. Like, just because you said I'm sorry doesn't mean the person has to automatically accept and move forward. They have to take their time to really take it all in, maybe play things back in their head, say, is this somebody that I can actually trust or move forward with in the future? Are they going to continue to do the same thing? Am I going to always think of them as a liar? Because once you break that mirror, baby, we're going to give the analogies. Once you break the mirror's going to be all shattered up. You could put it together like a little puzzle. You could put a little bit of glue. It's still going to look all cracked up. You know what I'm saying? And that could be the way the relationship can go, because it got so many cracks in it right now. You know, it's not going to be back to the way that it was in the beginning, because now I seen you for who you really are. You know, so during the update, you know, they said that they started talking again, you know, like a little bit after, but a little shortly after, they started having arguments, and Angel felt like she saw Kaya for who she really is. Like, she was starting to be like a different person. Probably, I mean, she didn't have to have that mask up anymore. She wasn't pretending to be Sharon. And Kaya, this is probably part of the reason why Kaya pretends to be other people, because the real Kaya is probably not as easygoing, not as chill, not as laid back, doesn't have all the problems that Sharon has, you know? This DID, that's what I'm telling you. So that's why, like, and Kaya claims that it's mainly because of the trust issues that Angel was having. I mean, I wonder why, right? But yeah, now they both in relationships with different people, so I guess it actually worked out for the best for them, right? But yeah, at least they got to move forward, especially Angel, because she was holding on to something that wasn't even real. All right, guys, but thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.